Okay. Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through today. I'm surprised we have survivors after last night's presentation. We were here for a long time. We had a great time last night. Thanks for all of you who've tuned in live today and were with us last night. Today we're going to be talking very briefly about DuePoint. That's where you're at this morning. DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We're both a life and short-term licensed insurer, and we're listed on the JSE under Conduit Capital. First started in 1952. We're 65 years old. This is not a new business that you're dealing with here today. It is a long-standing member of the financial services industry. We are, of course, an authorized and registered financial services provider. There's our FSP number there. Go and get whatever comfort you need with regard to us. Make sure that you know who you're dealing with here at DuePoint. I also want you to be comfortable with the team. The team here has been selected for their skills, but also they've been selected because we all live here. This is a homegrown South African company. Everybody is right here in this building 6 days a week. You always know where to find us. I'm Brendan Benfield, the senior executive here. I'm a chartered accountant, been in the industry for 2 decades. We've got Tim, he's a banking expert, comes out of the First Rand Group, spent 15 years there. We've got Stacey, who comes from Deloitte, fortunately not KPMG, spent many years there at both locally and internationally. We've got Jane, who's our direct selling expert, and we've got Rob, who's our design guy, ran his own digital design firm for 20 years as well. So we've got all the skills that are here, but more importantly than anything in the South African context today is that we are a South African company, and you can always find us. We're right here when you need us. What is it that we do at DuePoint, folks? Well, we have 2 objectives. Our primary objective is that we are putting into the hands of South Africans a tool that allows them to create their own income. Not only create it, but be in control of it, and to create it in a manner that is reliable and stable. These are the things we don't have in the South African economy right now. You know that. If you're in employment right now, you know someone else is telling you how much you can earn, when you can earn it, what your increase is going to be, what bonus you're going to get, and ultimately it'll probably be the same person who tells you that you're retrenched or fired. We have no control over our income in South Africa. We also have no control over the economy around us as we see it shrinking. Every year, somewhere between 800,000 and 1 million people are losing their jobs and moving into unemployment. In fact, I think we just tilted the scales. It used to be 50-50 in South Africa. 50% of the potentially economically active people were employed, and just less than 50% were unemployed. Now, I think it's just tilted the other way. More than 50% of people who could be economically active are now unemployed in South Africa. What control have we got over that as individuals in South Africa? None. We sit on the outskirts and we watch it happen. There's nothing we can do about it. And it puts us into the situation where we earn less than we need to survive. For most South Africans, that's the case. You're earning 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000 Rand a month, and your cost is 20,000 Rand a month. How do you feed a family of 4 or 5 or 6? How do you pay for rent? How do you pay for the school fees? You can't. And so what we've done as South Africans is we've become professional debtors. We've got into the space of debt, and we've invented ways to have more debt. We've taken our little 4.5 or 5,000 Rand a month salary, and we've turned it into 300,000 Rands worth of debt, because we've used it to bridge that gap between what we earn and what we need to survive. Now, our hope is that this tool that we create here at DuePoint is a tool that bridges that gap instead, that it replaces debt, and it becomes something of yours, something you can control, something that's reliable and stable. That's our hope in what we're doing, and that's our primary objective here at DuePoint. Our secondary objective, ladies and gentlemen, is that we are creating a 21st century company that connects its customers directly to the heart of this business. We want to be in communication with you and able to communicate with you on a 24-hour a day basis. We also want you, through the task of being a wealth engineer here at DuePoint, which I'm going to explain in a minute, to be able to start to see how the financial services industry works without having to be overwhelmed by all the regulation and controls in this industry. We want you to look through the glass window into the machine that is the financial services industry, and give you that opportunity to connect in a place which is very difficult for the average South African to be part of. Those are our objectives here at DuePoint, and when we put those 2 together, we create what we call the DuePoint system. Now, the DuePoint system is very simple. It allows you as an individual to contract with us as a wealth engineer, which I mentioned earlier. That wealth engineer, as a wealth engineer, you're given just one task, one simple thing that you have to do for us. Okay? It's not selling, it's not marketing, it's not advertising, it's not advising, and it's not presenting. It is just connecting individuals to DuePoint. That's all that you have to do, is connect people to us. By doing that, you give us the opportunity. You facilitate distribution for us, into which we can facilitate the purchase of our products. And when we do that, we create revenue. And when we create revenue, we create that extra income for you. Now, our income is not this haphazard income that some months you earn and other months you don't. We don't sell goodies here that you have to buy and then sell to your friends. That doesn't create recurring income. We use financial services and lifestyle products here, and as a result, they run on debit orders, and those debit orders run every month. They're automated, they're system-driven, and no matter what you're doing or where you are, what your circumstances are for the day or the month, the debit orders raise. And as they raise and are paid, your income comes in on a recurring, reliable, stable basis. We hope for a lifetime. We layer onto that in our system the ability for you to work with others. Instead of being the lone ranger, the lone soldier trying to build your own success in this life, you now get to build a team around you that all work towards your success as well. This is what liberates you from the time constraints we have. We're all very busy. We don't have time. Well, this is what liberates you. You're able to use the time of others to do it. It liberates you from having to supply all the energy yourself all the time. Now you've got others with energy that can work towards your success as well. And we layer this into the system that we've created. Now, what's important to note, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is not an employment contract. You're not employees here. This is a tool. We put the tool in your hand and you decide when and how you want to use it. We never have staff meetings here. No, we don't need to, because you're independent of us. These are your tools and you go out and use them as you want to. Now, there's no risk in becoming a wealth engineer. None at all. It costs you nothing to be a wealth engineer. No startup costs, no monthly fees, no application form fees. Okay? As a product owner at DuePoint, you're automatically a wealth engineer. There is no additional cost, no premium for being a wealth engineer at DuePoint. And so today, do not believe that any money will part from your hands and that you are at financial risk with us here. It also does not require any qualification or experience. Because you are, in a sense, looking through the window into the financial services space, you are not representatives of ours. You're not brokers or agents. You're not salespeople or marketers of ours. And therefore, you do not need to have the qualifications and the experience you normally would in the financial services space. It is for everybody to be wealth engineers here at DuePoint. Folks, you are building an asset, though. These channels that you create, because they have recurring income, put you in a position where you can price your channels. You can sell it to other people later on. It can be transferred to others, and ultimately you'll hand it over to your children when you pass away. And that's a wonderful, wonderful thing to have. That's part of what we're hoping to do, is to create generational legacy. We want you to be able to take something that you can hand to your children, who can then hand it to their children as well. Instead of having jobs, like we all do, that when you die, it stops. You can't hand it over to your children. It's the end when you stop at that job. We want something that can be handed over from generation to generation. That is what you build here at DuePoint. Now, this is a system that's been designed for your absolute convenience. We've taken out of it all the hardships, all the things you might have done before at other direct selling companies that were terrible, embarrassing, heartbreaking, exhausting, and costly. All of those have been removed from the DuePoint system. As I said earlier, you never present. You never ever have to present here at DuePoint. Rob and I do all the presentations, and you simply connect people to our presentations. I'm going to show you how in a minute. You also never do any selling. You play no part in the sales transaction at all. Your task is to connect people to us. Our task is to sell to them our products. You are freed from that entire process. Your task, just connect people to DuePoint. How do you do that? 4 ways. First way, nice and simple. Go to our information counter, buy a USB stick. It's got some of our presentations on it, training, downloads, etc. You can plug it into a computer, you can plug it into your TV screen at home, and wham presto, there we are doing the presentation for you. Number 2, bring people here. Monday through Saturday we do presentations. Some of them are packed, some of them are empty, but we're always here, nighttime, lunchtime, mornings, to do the presentation for you if you're in the Gauteng area and you want to use our presentation rooms. Then the third way, the most powerful, your most important, your number one way of connecting people to DuePoint is through our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel contains all the presentations we've ever done, including this one. It's going to be on there later on today. And you can go through it and you can pick your favorites. And wherever you are, 24 hours a day, anywhere in the country, you just click the play button, and there we are doing the DuePoint presentation for you. It is absolute freedom, absolute convenience for you. You never ever have to return to this office again if you are here today, because everything you need is on that YouTube channel. And then the fourth way, folks, the final way of connecting people to us is through our live streams. As I said, we present every day, nighttime, lunchtimes, mornings. When we do, we go live. And when we go live, we broadcast across the country. And if you're at work, coffee shop, at home in bed, lying in the bath with your iPad, it really doesn't matter. You click play, and there you are in the room with us live. We can't see you, so it's fine if you're lying in the bath. It's okay. But you can see us, full HD surround sound, and you can get all your guys into a room around you, and there you are live with us every single day except for Sundays. Now, as you connect people to us through those 4 ways, some of them are going to catch the vision of what we're doing here. They're going to want to be wealth engineers. As they are, we allocate them to you, and your channel is born. They go out, they connect people to us through those 4 ways. Some of the people they talk to want to be wealth engineers too, and again, we allocate them to you. This process repeats itself over and over time. And as you pour more energy into it and others pour more energy into it, soon your channel is across the country, as we've seen repeatedly here at DuePoint. We then come along as DuePoint. We do, not you. And we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout the channels you've created for us, and your income is born. Now, what's very important to note, folks, is that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is not a scheme or a shape or a scam of any kind. We are a listed and regulated insurance company. We are surrounded by overview. We have 8 regulators that look after us. We are reviewed on a quarterly basis and audited on a quarterly basis. Folks, we didn't slip this past them. We had to present the DuePoint system to them before we even launched. Okay? Well, this is not something that you've seen before or were warned about by your parents. But because it is genuine, because it is like your career, like starting your own business, you are going to pay a price. Your price of success at DuePoint is time. That's what you're going to spend. Lots of time. Yes, of time committed to building a channel here with DuePoint. Thought, effort, persistency, determination, frustration dealing with people who let you down. That's all part of the package. That's all the very marks. You've heard very marks, but there's more. But there's more here at DuePoint. There's frustration, there's disappointment, it's all wrapped into one as you deal with people. But for those of you who do commit the time, because as far as we built it, there is no financial loss in the system as far as we could. But there's time loss. But for those that put the time in and pay that price, we reward you in 2 ways. The first way is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 for every product that's paid successfully in your channel via debit order, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel that payment was made. So for instance, the few folk that you chat to become wealth engineers, every month for every product that they pay for, you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, that's R55. It's not R1, it's not R5, it's not R12, it's R55. It's 21st century material significant earnings. These folk go out, they chat to a few more people, they add a few. Not everybody that they talk to will become wealth engineers, but some that do come, they make their product payments. Again, you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, R55. Now, you've only spent a few minutes here with us in this particular example. There's only a handful of people there. You really haven't applied yourself yet, and you're already earning just under R1,000 a month. That is how we're going to become part of the economic solution here. In South Africa right now, we don't have choices. We don't have options. Well, at DuePoint, we're hoping that through this process, we can offer an option, a choice to people that live here in South Africa. Now, as you put more time, more energy, more determination into the building of your channel, you continue to grow it. You earn on a diminishing basis down to the 8th point. But there's no limit to the size of the channel you can grow here at DuePoint. From the 8th point onwards, as long as you qualify to earn, you will get 4% of R27.50 for every product payment that is made. So for instance, you build your channel over your life to 20 points. You'll earn on all 20 points at 4% from the 8th point to the 20th point where you've qualified to earn. Okay, if you hand it over to your children and they grow it to 40 points through their lifetime, they will earn 4% on every product payment from the 8th point to the 40th point as long as they qualify to earn. Folks, go away, watch our videos on our YouTube channel, our training videos, understand how our system works, and you will understand that your potential is not limited in any way, shape, or form here at DuePoint. It solely rests in your hands. You will decide your fate with the DuePoint system. So what does this translate to practically? People often want to know, how much am I actually going to earn through this program? Well, every one of you will earn differently. Every one of you will have a different success rate. Lots of you will do nothing at DuePoint and earn nothing. with DuePoint. I don't know why. None of us will stop you. None of us will stand in the way. You will just decide that it's too much like hard work and you don't want to do it. Okay, fine. But there will be a percentage of you who will determine to change their future, put their minds to it, put their shoulder to the wheel, and change their future. Great. How do I tell you how much you're going to earn? Well, we put together a calculation that we think gives you some conservative, realistic milestones that you could aim for through the process. We used a growth formula called the 3+2 growth formula. It says in your first month with us, put 3 people on your first point. You have to do it. 3 people on your first point. And then every month thereafter, you put 2 people yourself on your first point. 1 every 2 weeks. Just 1 person every 2 weeks you connect and put onto your channel here at DuePoint. We don't feel that that's unreasonable. We're going to leave it in your hands to decide, though. Now, the trick here is that you've got to do it every single month. Every month, constantly, +2, +2, +2, +2. If you can do that, then after 6 months, we reckon you can reasonably expect to be earning around 2,500 Rand a month with us. All you've done is 3 in your first month, +2, +2, +2. Worked with your guys. We've added lapses and cancellations and all of that into the calc, and you're earning 2,500 Rand a month. It's not life-changing, but we try to be realistic here and conservative. It is an extra 30,000 Rand a year that you've now created for yourself. Remember, you don't quit your job to do this. This is not employment. It's just a tool. You're just going to add it to your life. Your job still pays you. You still work there every day, but you've now got an extra 2,500 Rand coming in every single month on top of your salary. Now, if you can push through to a year with us, now that's a long time. Most people don't commit much past about there. All right, that's where they quit. 3 months in, I can't do this anymore. My friends keep saying no. Yeah, if you can push to 12 months, that's when you start to really earn. We feel that you'll be earning reasonably about 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. That's this time next year. As you go into Christmas next year, you will have an extra 10,000 Rand, not once, but every month thereafter coming in. 120,000 Rand a year is what it's worth. If you can do 2 years with us, now you've got to ask yourself, have you ever committed to anything for 2 years? Other than your job and your kid, which you didn't have a choice. You had to look after your kid. All right. Other than those two, have you ever committed to something for 2 years? This is a big day. You're about to commit to the very first thing you've ever committed to that's going to last for more than 5 minutes. Okay. 2 years. If you can do 2 years with us, we reckon you can reasonably expect to be earning around 27,000 to 30,000 Rand a month. 360,000 Rand a year. That's 2 years from now. That's 2019. 2019. Can you believe it? We're nearly 2020, hey? Guys, if you can do 4 years with us, we reckon, 3 years with us, sorry, 3 years, 45,000 to 50,000 Rand a month. 600,000 a year. If you can do 4 years with us, we reckon you'll be on about 60,000 to 65,000 Rand a month. That's 720,000 Rand a year. Most people don't aspire to that amount of money. I mean, how many of you in your careers have got to even the 27,000 Rand a month mark? Okay, now we're talking 4 years down, 65,000 Rand a month. And then if you can do half a decade with us, 5 years. Remember I said to you, it's like you're getting married now. This is a big commitment. Okay, 5 years of hard work, +2 every month, persistently determined to change your future. And you'll be on about 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's R1 million a year. You will now be in the top 0.5% of earners in the country. And you will have done it in 5 years. So we get different responses. Some people say, Brendan, it's too slow. Other people say it's just advertising. This is just, nobody's ever going to earn this amount of money. It's just nonsense. Well, okay, fair enough. We have been around a while now, so we've got a couple of people on the ground that we have tested this with. In fact, we've got over 1,000 earners already at DuePoint. 1,000 people earning money every single month. Okay, so let's look at a few. Every month we pull out a handful. They are the guys that said, yes, I'll do some work. So yes, I'm not showing you the guys who did nothing because there's no point to me. Just look around you. You'll find the other guys that are going to do nothing. Okay. But the guys who put their heads down and decided to do something, we pull out a batch of them every month. This is this month's batch. We've got Safiso Nene. He joined us 5 months ago. And in 5 months, he's built himself a channel worth 9,000 Rand a month. Okay, that's not too bad. I said it would take you 6 months to get to 2,500 Rand. I still stand by that. I reckon it's nice and conservative and reasonable. You should aim for that. He felt like he wanted more than that. He's got a full-time job. You will notice he is not sitting here today. He does this after hours. And in 5 months after hours, he's built himself a channel worth 9,000 Rand a month. The same can be said for Reynold and Rambi. They joined us 5 months ago. And in 5 months, they've built us a channel worth 9,500 Rand a month. Last night, as I said, we had a big presentation here. They must have had 2 rows of people that was just theirs in their channel, 2 rows of builders in their channel that were in here that have helped them build in 5 months a channel worth 9,500 rand a month. The decision is yours here at DuePoint. How big, how hard, how much are you going to put into this tool that's yours? I'm not going to call you and say, why are you not using your tool? I won't. I'm going to give you the tool, and then it's going to be up to you from that day forward to decide what you do with it. Here's Rulif and Marsha. They joined us about 21 months ago. Okay, these figures were pulled at 20 months. At 20 months, they were on 34,500 Rand a month. That's 400,000 Rand a year. I said it would take 2 years to get to 27,000 Rand. They still have 4 months to go, and they're on 34,000. They work hard. They were here last night. Rulif was sitting on the chair here this evening, last night, talking to us about his experience at DuePoint. Folks, it's up to you. Yes, you can make lots of money. Yes, you can make no money. And yes, you can make all the money in between. That's going to be your decision through this process, not the maths that I did to show you the journey of the 5 years. Go to our YouTube channel. Look at the testimonies. There must be 60 or 70 testimonies now on the YouTube channel of people who are making money. Some a little bit, 700 Rand, 3,000 Rand, 5,000 Rand a month. Others, plenty, 30, 40, 50, 80,000 Rand. You can see those testimonies on our YouTube channel at any time. Then, folks, the second way we reward you for your time and effort is through our training program. We call it our XP Rewards program. Folks, we know that some of you don't know how to do this. That's not a problem. We take your hand and we lead you through a step-by-step program that helps you to grow, to learn how to do this from beginner to expert. As you do complete these steps, we give you what's called XP points. They're experience points, not worth rands or cents. They are simply a measure of how experienced you are as a wealth engineer here at DuePoint. Naturally, as you become more experienced, your channel grows. And where you meet the 2 criteria in our training program, we rank you up in our program, and when we do, we reward you. In the beginning with a little bit of cash. As you get a little bit more experienced and your channel gets a bit bigger, well, so does the cash. And then we start to equip you with tools. Tools that we know are going to assist you in growing your channel. At rank 5, we give you an imported Lightning memory stick. It comes loaded with our presentations, testimonies, tools, downloads, everything you need to connect anybody, anytime to the DuePoint system. Then at rank 7, we give you an imported set of business cards worth 12,500 Rand. Gold gilded, gold printed, custom made for you. When you hand people these cards, they're going to want to know what DuePoint is and how they can be connected to DuePoint through you. Go and take a look in our glass cabinet at an example of those cards. Folks, at rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size, we take you and your family away every year for a week, 5-star business class, all expenses paid, every year for the rest of your life, as long as you maintain your channel size. All right, now, people get very excited at this point. Don't get excited. You're not rank 9. You're rank 0. That's a long, long journey to rank 9. It's a long journey. But you can get there. The beautiful thing about the DuePoint system is it's an accumulating system. You don't start at 0 at the beginning of each year and have to race and see if you can get there. No. Every year, whatever you did the year before is your starting point for the year ahead. And so if, we're going in December this year, it's probably less than 100 days now. I think it's about 90 days before we leave. Unlikely you're going to make it to rank 9. Sorry, for this year. You're not going to make it, but that's fine. Whatever you do in the next 90 days will be your starting point for next year, where you will once again build and accumulate for rank 9 next year. And even if you miss next year, it doesn't matter. You've now got a year and 90 days that you've accumulated worth of growth for the year ahead. You will ultimately go rank 9, where you are determined to do so in our system. All right, now we're going over New Year's Eve this year. We're going to one of the finest hotels in Mauritius, and we thought it only fair that we showed you where we're going because you're not coming with us. So this is where we're going this year.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand on at the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
you be there, folks? We got 2 planefuls of guys that are coming with us already at the end of this year. Will you be with us on the plane next year? Or will you be there this year? Will you prove me wrong and get to rank 9 in 90 days? The record so far has been 5 months, but records are there to be broken. Folks, at rank 11, we give you another very useful tool of your own. It's your own car. It is not rented to you. You don't finance it through us. It's not branded. It's yours. Our hope is that you build your freedom with it. You build control of your income with it through our system. Every month we run wealth quests. Wealth quests are bite-sized training exercises for you. They have different requirements every month, and everybody who completes those requirements not only builds their channel on a nice solid foundation, but is rewarded with tools. Again, tools that we know you're going to need. Some months it's iPhones, iPads, TVs, smart TVs, data, Wi-Fi routers, cache, all the things that you need. And then we know you can be rewarded with through our wealth quest. This particular month, we're talking explosive growth this month as we go into the end of the year. Guys, we've got 55 days left. All my wealth engineers out there, you guys should be on fire right now, connecting people to DuePoint so that you can achieve this month's wealth quest and our goals for the last 55 days of this year. Folks, what do you got to do this month? Well, this month, you've got to find 7 people. 7 people and put them in your channel. 7 people in a month. It's less than 2 a week. Less than 2 a week. Is this like too much to ask? I think it's quite a reasonable ask. Get 2 of those 7 qualified by the end of the month. Go and watch the training videos on how to qualify people. 2 qualified out of 7 by the end of the month, and you'll get a cell phone and bonus XP for this month. An Apple iPhone is what you're going to get. Not some Hong Kong thing. An Apple iPhone is what you're getting at the end. And if you're a wealth engineer and you've been here a while and you've got wealth engineers that have left DuePoint, if you can reinstate 3 wealth engineer statuses this month and get everybody paid by the end of the month, there's an additional 3,000 Rand in it. Now, guys, go to the website, make sure you've read the terms and conditions and understand what you need to do in order to get those 3 rewards that are on the table for you by the end of this month. It's a great, great wealth quest one, and I'm hoping many, many of you achieve it. Folks, people ask me, how do we fund this business? How do we do this? Well, simply put, in the traditional insurance and banking space, we spend a lot of money advertising to you. Hundreds of millions a year per company to advertise and connect individuals to us. Now, what we do to price that in is we take that cost and we put it into the price of your monthly product payments, your funeral cover, your banking fees, your car cover, all the insurance you have. 30% to 50% of that payment each month is next month's marketing cost. That's how we fund it. Now, we do exactly the same thing here at DuePoint. We've taken the cost of this business, built it into the price of the product, but instead of advertising and spending hundreds of millions on trying to connect people to us, we use you. You connect individuals to us, and as a result, all that money I would have spent on SABC, DSTV, billboard companies, etc., is now available for me to be spending on you and your channel. That's very simply how the maths works. Now, we come along as DuePoint and we facilitate the purchase of 3 products in your channel. You don't need to remember any of the details other than those that you're interested in for your own personal product. Okay? Because you're never going to talk to people about our products. You're not going to advertise our products anywhere. You're not going to copy and paste the stuff all over the internet. No, you don't do that. That's what we do as DuePoint. Now, we come along and we talk to you about our first product, Access Wealth. Access Wealth is 299 Rand a month, and for that you get 2 independent products. The first one is your very own tax-free investment account. This is a no notice, no restriction period investment account, which means that any monies that are in there are immediately available to you at no penalty and no waiting period. We take 100 Rand of your 299, we stick it in that investment account for you, and you are now a shareholder. This is not a bank savings account. You don't get interest on it. This is an investment account. It sits on, it's GFA's product. It sits on Sanlam's portfolio, and you now become a shareholder in the stock exchange in South Africa. And you can put as much money or as little money as you want into that account. It is a very flexible account that you can use up to a limit of 2,500 Rand a month with us. And you can draw that money out at any point in time. Then the second product you get is from Constantia ourselves. It's 110,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. So that if you die in an accident this Christmas, which many, many tens of thousands of people will do, unfortunately, your beneficiaries will get the 110,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover and whatever their investment balance is. And that's 299 Rand a month. Our second product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 274 Rand a month. For that, you get 1.1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. No waiting periods, no deferred benefit periods, no medical examinations or declarations, no maximum age limit. You have it until your last breath with us. Now, folks, this is not funeral cover and it is not life cover. This is accident cover. If you die from an accident, you're on a cover. Now, why don't we include the others? Because they fight in the face of our primary objective here at DuePoint, which is creating income for individuals. If I add illness or death through natural causes to any of our products, well, then half the people you will connect to DuePoint will not be able to take our product. They'll have pre-existing conditions. They'll have AIDS, cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, all sorts of things that are going to eliminate them from being able to take our product, and that's going to destroy your channels. So we have put accident cover in because everybody can have accident cover no matter what their pre-existing condition may be. And your business, your income, is able to grow here with DuePoint. So just be aware that it's not funeral and it's not life cover. Then our third product, our Wealth Points Buyers Club. For 274 Rand a month, folks, you get to be a member of our Buyers Club. This is our non-insurance, non-financial product. And as a member of our Buyers Club, you get access to all of our discounts, our vouchers, account managers, all the things we've negotiated with a whole host of suppliers that we're always adding to and changing with our discount program here. So we love this product. We think it's fantastic. It's got the most immediate impact for you. If you buy groceries, if you do entertainment, if you go to the gym, if you travel, if you do any of those things, you get our discounts through this program. Even data, we got Always On in there. We got Eagle Ford. If you want to buy a car, get some lovely testimonies of guys buying cars at fantastic rates through Eagle Ford and through our program here at the Wealth Points program. $274 a month to be a member. So, folks, those are our three products. That is DuePoint from top to bottom. We're here to support you. You get our IT, you get our facilities, you get everything in the package of being a wealth engineer at no additional cost above your product cost. Folks, today the decision to become a wealth engineer we don't think is a particularly difficult one. It's really a decision about you stepping out of what you used to and saying that I can make money in a different way. If you want to become a wealth engineer today, it's very simple. You're going to take your phone, your tablet, you can use our iPads outside, hook up into our free Wi-Fi, go to our website, DuePoint.net, that's where we exist, DuePoint.net, click the apply button, fill out the form, and you're a wealth engineer. No money will have parted from your pockets today. A W number will be sent to you. That's your channel. It'll be yours into infinity. And you can either make it worthless or you can make it magnificent. That's going to be your choice. We've got all the tools. If you want to make this thing amazing, get the tools. Go to our counter afterwards and go. Buy the USB stick with our presentation on, 150 Rand. Go and buy power blanks so that your phone doesn't die every time you try and fill out the application form. Go and buy yourself a set of business cards here, 500 business cards that we custom make for you that you can use. We've got all of the paraphernalia, all of the tools that you need to build your business, your channel here with DuePoint. Go and get them before you leave. And if you're out of town, order them at info@DuePoint.net. Now, folks, this Saturday, we're down in the East London. We don't normally travel. Everything is online here, but we're making a special effort for the Eastern Capers because they've been growing so fantastically well. We thought they deserved a visit from us. So this Saturday, we're down there. It's a sold-out event at the moment, unfortunately, folks. But I'm looking forward to seeing all of the guys who have tickets for Saturday there. At 12:30, we're starting our intro presentation. Please remember to bring your tickets with you. Otherwise, you might not be let in. So get your ticket, bring it with, print it, bring it with, and we're going to see you there. 12:30 for intro and 2:30 for our training development seminar. Perfect for guests. Bring your guests. Let's introduce them to DuePoint, and then let's put them through training on the very same day. You're out of the gates like a rocket ship on this Saturday morning. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all then. Folks, if you become a wealth engineer, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's your #1 connection with DuePoint. It's free to subscribe, and the moment we go live every day, your phone will ping and you'll know we're live. So if you've got your guests around you, click a button and there we are. The moment we upload videos, you'll know. Then I also want you to download our free app. Use the Wi-Fi here, get it on your phone. Our app plugs you into your channel real time, 24 hours a day. It's got your tools, your personal documentation, everything you need to know about your channel. It's all in our app. Get it onto your phone before you leave today. And then, folks, remember, in our new app, you want to upload your profile pic. You click on your name on the top left-hand corner of the app. Once you're in, it'll show you the little picture spot. You click the picture, click the camera, take a picture of yourself, and once your profile picture in, which as you can see is neck and head, not like the booby, lippy, not like that. We don't want that. We don't want the ones with the kids and the pets. We want your face up there in the picture. Once you've uploaded your profile pic, you get 1,000 XP into your training program just for getting it in. So make sure you do that wherever you are in the country. Get that profile pic in for 1,000 XP this week. Folks, People get very excited about becoming wealth engineers. They run out of here and they want to just go out and do everything. And unfortunately, there's a couple of things you can't do. Remember, this is a highly regulated industry. You know what to do. It's easy to connect people. I've told you how to do it. Now I want to tell you what not to do. The first thing, don't become a wealth engineer here today, ladies and gentlemen, if you cannot afford to do it. There are costs involved in being a wealth engineer. We don't charge you a fee, but you know there's going to be transport costs, there's going to be data costs, you're going to be connecting with people. There will be costs involved in this. Don't put yourself in a worse financial position by becoming a wealth engineer if you can't afford to do it. Do not become a wealth engineer if you do not have access to the internet. This is an internet online-based business. There's no paper brochures, no paper application forms. This is all online. You're going to need data and you're going to need that connection. And then, folks, do not become a wealth engineer if you don't have transport or battle with transport. If you can't move around, you can't connect people to DuePoint. It's going to be very difficult. This is a people business. Make sure that you don't put yourself in a worse position by becoming a wealth engineer here. Do the right thing, make the right decision. Where you do become a wealth engineer, folks, do not ever fill out the application form on behalf of someone else. It's illegal, it's fraudulent. Our application form has declarations that people sign, it's signatures, where they say, I agree to the terms and conditions of DuePoint, I agree to the terms and conditions of the product, and I agree and warrant certain assurances in our code of conduct. You cannot tick those buttons on behalf of someone else. Everyone must fill their own application form out. Folks, don't ever add any direct family members to your channel. They must have their own independent channels. We don't allow stacking here. And then, folks, don't go out now and start your own DuePoint Facebook page. DuePoint in Mpumalanga, DuePoint KZN, DuePoint Help Desk, DuePoint Wealth Engine. I've seen them all. You are not allowed to do that. You are breaking more laws than you understand when you do that, and you are in breach of our code with us. Use your own Facebook page, your personal Facebook page, to engage with people about DuePoint. Do not start things that are not yours, and don't advertise DuePoint anywhere. Don't go to business forums, don't go to web pages and websites, and don't. Your task is not to advertise DuePoint. You connect people to us one at a time. Do it the right way. Don't get yourselves in trouble. And then, folks, if ever you have somebody, do not send them to DuePoint unaccompanied. When you have somebody you want to connect to DuePoint and you want to come here, come with them. They're your responsibility. We don't look after them here. We don't. I stand on the stage. I don't look after your guests. In the same way, don't broadcast your W number out into the ether. Here's my W number. Everybody join me. It's sending it out. Nobody's going to join you. Someone else is going to join, is going to connect them to us, and they'll be in their channels, and then there's going to be tears. Take responsibility for the people you want to connect to the DuePoint system here today. Folks, we've got 55 days left till the end of November, and then it's very difficult. December, everybody's quiet and sleeping and resting in South Africa. You know that. So we've got 55 days left of real production in this year. Wealth engineers, wherever you are, we want explosive growth for the next 55 days. Why? Because we want this to be your best Christmas ever. Your best Christmas ever. We pay, remember, on about the 17th or 18th of every month. What will it be like to get that SMS on your phone on the 17th of December for earnings you have created for yourself in the next 55 days? You can have that, or you can have no SMS on the 17th of December because you didn't do anything, you didn't get any money. How different does Christmas feel this year? Do you want it to be different from last year's Christmas when you had all the financial stresses and concerns that every South African goes through in December? We want people on fire for DuePoint. I said last night, DuePoint becomes the #1 priority for the next 55 days because nothing else in the next 55 days is going to change your Christmas the way DuePoint can change it this year. Nothing else could. And therefore, this has got to be your #1 priority. So, guys, again, I'm appealing out there to all of you, not for me, but for you, wealth engineers around the country. Let's make the next 55 days amazing. And let's make this Christmas the best one we've ever had. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to see you guys all outside. If you've got questions and concerns, come and ask us. And for all of you who've tuned in live today, thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow morning.